Hey guys, it's me, Leah, from Presley World. I ended up deleting my last episode, and yesterday I recorded episode 5, and I ended up trashing that one as well. Halfway through, I had this feeling that came over me. I didn't feel comfortable saying what I was saying. And I think I want to reevaluate my goal here with this podcast. I love nothing more than the truth. I love nothing more than the facts about Elvis and his life. That's really always been my goal, always. It's what drives me to do this, to get the truth out there to the fans about his life and about the reality of who he was as a man. I say it so much, it's becoming old. Because that's who I love the most, is the man. Like, he means the world to me. So I literally opened up my notepad, wrote episode 4, and the way he makes me feel. The rest is blank. I have no notes at the moment. I'm just sort of winging it, but I feel like I just have to say this. I don't want this podcast to turn into Trash Talk Elvis 101. He has a lot of good qualities. He has a lot of darkness to him, but a lot of positive aspects of his personality, I think I just want to bring those to light as well. Reality isn't always positive, rainbows and butterflies. And maybe that's why I feel so overwhelmed, because there was a lot of darkness in his life. And when I go to break down certain parts of his life, his personality, and I just feel like I'm highlighting just these things that if he heard, it would just rip him apart. I know that much, that it would just be so hurtful. I said today on my Instagram, it doesn't mean I'm not going to shed light on the reality of his life, of his world. I'm going to continue to do that, but I'm going to do it in a way that I make sure that I share with everyone a lot of the good things too. In the middle of a podcast, I had 5 pages of notes, guys. 5 pages of notes on a sketch pad, a huge sketch pad. 5 whole pages. And I'm in the middle of it, and I just feel like so uncomfortable with myself, with what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it's true. I don't want to have that feeling again. But anyway, yeah, this podcast isn't much of a podcast today, and I'm really sorry about that. But if I'm going to do this, I want to do it right. I want to make sure I get everything important out to the fans. But it doesn't mean I have to share everything about him, because not everything about him is good. And that's okay. That's what makes him human. It's okay for me to feel protective and kind of like hold back a little. It's okay. It's really okay. It can still be enjoyable. It can still be entertaining and insightful. And that's always been my goal. The truth seeker. It's funny. My husband, literally, he mocks me. Like, oh, the Presley truth seeker. Like, he does like this voice. But it's true. It's always been my thing. I love it. It just feels right. But what doesn't feel right is dragging him through the dirt for everyone to see. I had a fan message me, "What do you think Elvis would think of you and your page?" I said, Well, he wouldn't think anything of my page because if he was here, I wouldn't have it. I would never start a page if he was alive. Even if I loved him the way I do, I wouldn't start a page. I wouldn't. And I said, if he came back to life, I would delete my page in 3.5 seconds and all the evidence with it. I wouldn't want him to know. And they asked, what would he think of you? And I said, oh, we'd get along wonderfully. Not if he knew I had this page. So I've gotten a lot of questions through the years. I think I've been running this page since 2017. So everything that I post, that's not true. Almost everything that I post is from a book written by someone else. So when I post an excerpt that highlights a negative aspect of his personality or of his lifestyle, that is from another person's mouth that actually knew the man. When I post something, I'm posting it because it comes from another source. Now when it comes to when I do the Q&As, most of my answers I just out of the 37 books that I've read, I gather all that information, I store it in my brain, and then when I answer a question on the Q&As, when I answer the questions, I'm just pulling information from different sources that I've read. That's really most of it. Now I have other ways that I've gotten to know him through the years. Obviously, I don't like talking about that type of thing, but there's other ways that I get my information. And I just hope that I just hope that everyone really enjoys what I bring to the table for the Elvis community. But anyway, I'm going to be making some changes with my content for my podcast. I will still continue to post excerpts and Q&As. Nothing's changing in that way. I had a fan that messaged me today. They were very concerned that I wasn't going to post anymore because I said I would like to keep stuff to myself. That's not what that means. It just means that I'm going to reel it in. I'm going to reel it in and kind of keep it. I'm just going to basically share my excerpts and then get information from books. I'm going to stop with sharing some of the information that I've gathered from other sources. This is really hard to explain, but basically I'm just going to stick with the books, okay? I'm going to stick with the books, and yep, that's just, back to the basics. I'm really sorry about not being able to share that other episode with you, but I just need to reprioritize, and we'll get back to it soon. Next week, Monday, I will have a new episode up for you guys. I'll start brainstorming as soon as I get done with this. Thank you for the support and the love and bearing with me. Anyway, thank you guys, really. And I will chat with you guys next Monday with some actual content. But, okay. Until Monday. Goodbye, guys.